Good morning and welcome to Across the Arts. I am your host, Patrick D. McCoy. I know it's been quite a while since I've been on here with you all to present an interview or a special edition. But today I have some exciting news. If you will help me to share across your social platforms and share with your networks, I would greatly appreciate it. So again, Across the Arts, as you know, we have interviewed some of the greatest artists of our time, from conductors to instrumentalists to vocal soloists to composers, arts administrators, you name it. We have interviewed them on Across the Arts. As you know, Across the Arts began initially on my platform on Blog Talk Radio. It was virtually, or basically rather, a podcast. And you know, as with the COVID-19 pandemic, it propelled all of us to think in a different way. And then I took Across the Arts to the virtual video platform. And you all have supported me on this journey, and I am so grateful. So wherever you are in the world, wherever you all are listening from, whether you're at work, whether you're at school, whether you enjoy this extremely hot day today of 90 degrees, welcome to Across the Arts. As you can even see by my backdrop here, the backdrop, you see the great artists that I have interviewed. Of course, I've interviewed, you name it, just go down the list. Denise Graves, Naima Burris, Janae Bridges, Christine Brewer, Roderick Cox, Renee Clausen, Kenneth Overton, and the list goes on and on. And as we just celebrated the great legendary tenor George Shirley on his birthday, of course, you see that his picture is there as well. But I hope that you are on, that you will hang out with me this morning, and let's talk. Because, you know, I don't want it just to be us presenting presentations of interviews. There are some things that are going on. There are certainly some things that are going on in our world. That tragedy that just happened, where it almost was a tragedy, but thanks be to God, that young man, Ralph, survived. Could you imagine just going, knocking on somebody's door? You're looking for your brother or your sister or somebody you know, and somebody just unleashes a gunfire on you. Luckily, that young man is at home recovering with his family. But we have to do something. We have to do something about these types of things. And as you know, when we were sat down all in our homes during the pandemic, you know, we were caused to consider, or brought to consider, several different elements of the disparaging numbers of the fact that, you know, composers and artists of color were not really amplified. But now that got better, but sometimes I feel these things are coming back to fruition. And that kind of leads me to this special presentation today. I hope that you all will hang out with me and stay on, because I am going to make an announcement about an opportunity that I have. As you all know, Across the Arts, for the most part, has been in the virtual space. But now we are moving back, since the pandemic has subsided a bit, we're moving back into live in-person opportunities. And that's what brings me on here today. I can't wait to share. So if you all would just hang out with me for a while, you know, I'm going to, you know, share some news and share an extraordinary venture that I'm going to be pursuing next. A lot of things are going on, and I hope that you all will keep me in your thoughts and prayers. But I want to share something that's not related to this announcement, but it's special to me. It's something that I always wanted to do for a very, very long time. I would go to different places and people would ask me a particular question, and I would always say, no, I'm not a part of that. And they would say, what? A musician of your caliber, you're not a part of that or whatever? And what they're talking about is this. I just was initiated into the elite Sigma Zeta chapter of Phi Mu Alpha at Virginia State University. It's something I always wanted to do. Phi Mu Alpha was not at Virginia State when I was there, but as the universe worked itself back around to a full circle moment, I was able to pursue that at Virginia State and be initiated into the elite Sigma Zeta chapter of Phi Mu Alpha at Virginia State University. And, I know a lot of people wanted to ask me when they found out, they wanted to ask me, was I an honorary member? No, I'm not an honorary member. I'm a fully duly initiated member of the fraternity. So I'm excited about that. And I hope that you all will join me in that celebration, because it's something that I've always wanted to do. I see some people on, and I hope everybody's on here. Hi, Brother Rebecca. Good morning. Hi, Karen. Hi, Annabelle. Let's see who else is joining. Hey, Don Blanchard. Hey, Jada. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad that you all are on. Talk to me. What's going on in your world? As I said, I've been drawn in so many different directions, and I'm just hoping that you all are going to hang out and be with me as I make this announcement. It's so exciting when new opportunities come your way. As you all know, on Across the Arts, I've had the opportunity to interview some outstanding artists. And I hope that continues. But now we're taking it to the next level. Now we're taking it to the next level of actually being live in person. And the first, I would say, venture that happened, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts gave me the opportunity to really explore this. It was something I wanted to do before, but it came to fruition. I was able to interview Maestro Dr. Jason Max Ferdinand. And I'm so happy for him. That was during the launch of his Jason Max Ferdinand figure. They wanted to debut. Can you believe it? And so they have gone on to sing even more concerts. And of course, we know that Dr. Ferdinand is also the director of choral activities at the University of Maryland at College Park. I'm so proud of him. But that was the opportunity I was able to explore this whole notion of interviewing live. This announcement that I'm going to make is going to be a game changer. It's a collaboration between several different entities. But the main thing that draws us all together is this iconic figure being interviewed live in this iconic space. And so I'm going to hold on, and I wish you all would keep on coming on there, chatting. Again, this is Across the Arts, and great things are coming even beyond this moment. So I hope that you all will consider, following Across the Arts. If you follow the YouTube channel, you just put in Across the Arts, that will come up. Also, you can follow me, Patrick D. McCoy, on Twitter at Patrick D. McCoy. You can also follow me on Facebook and join my journalist page at Patrick D. McCoy. And of course, my magnificent website. Shout out to Peralta Design at www.patrickdmccoy.com. And if you ever want to share with me or give me a heads up on any news events, you can always email me at Patrick D. McCoy at patrickdmccoy.com. Hi, Ms. Evelyn. Good morning. Good morning. So I will be just so happy to be in communication with you all on all those channels. But my main goal and my main objective is Across the Arts is to share the love and the joy of classical music and ventures in the performing arts. It's not like a star who I'm looking at. It's somebody that has a great talent. They just need the exposure and the opportunity for someone to hear their story. Good morning. I see a lot of you all coming on here. Good morning. Good morning. Pass the word. Share the word. My announcement is going to be fantastic. And just hold on. Just be patient for a little bit, because then I'm going to give you directions on how we can move it forward. And I want you all to be a part of this. Even if you can't come to Washington, D.C. in person, there's a way that you can actually participate virtually. So I hope that even if you're not close by, that you will come to Washington, D.C. on May 14th and be a part. And I hope that I can be a vessel to communicate the joy and the love of the arts. And I hope that you all will share and continue to share my work. As you all know, beyond this, I have a group on Facebook called Black Singers of Operatic and Concert Literature. Of course, you know I used to use the word famous, but I found that there are so many great artists out here who might not be quote unquote famous, but they're just trying to find their way and find their niche. And that is a community. It's over 5,000 members now. So hopefully this is streaming to that site as well. But I'm just encouraging you all to just continue to hold fast to anything that you're trying to do. I want you all to really hold fast. And you know, I am thankful for this opportunity that I'm going to share with you all. I wanted to get on here because a lot of people say, Patrick, you don't do your live, you don't do your coffees, rise and shine. Maybe I should have started out this, rise, shine, give God glory, rise, shine, give God glory, shine, give God glory, glory to his name. Rise, shine, it is indeed coffee time with Across the Arts, and it's going to be a great announcement. I hope that you all will be in a posture of celebration for me and these entities that I have the opportunity to bring together. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We've just got a few more minutes, and I know that if you saw the announcement, it said 11:06. And as you all know, a lot of times when you're an alpha man like me, we tend to start things 6 minutes after the hour because it just symbolizes the founding year, so to speak, of our fraternity, which was 1906. But at any rate, I'm not gonna delay it too long. I see we have a little time, but I'm gonna do some things. I just want to, ask you all some questions like, how are you all doing now? It's been a while, and we're quote unquote out of the pandemic. How are things going? Are you back working normally? Are many of you still working at home? Talk to me. I happen to be off today. I'm home, and I'm glad I took the day off, and I'm catching up on some things. But I could not wait to use my quote unquote off time to just share this big announcement. I am so ecstatic. Just to talk a little bit about my journey. As you all know, I remember when I first started writing, people used to say, "Oh, you're just a blogger. You don't write for a major publication. We don't have room for you." But it doesn't matter whether man has room for you or not. If God makes room, he will make room. You always remember that. Morris, my dear friend, Morris, internationally acclaimed bass opera singer, my friend, thank you for joining. So I'm excited about this big announcement, Morris. I'm about to make an announcement, and I'm just using this opportunity because I haven't had the opportunity to be on live and do a full bona fide Across the Arts. But I'm excited to share my upcoming live interview with an iconic figure, and it's going to actually segue into a larger project, and I can't wait. I don't want to preempt the organization's announcement, so I'm on here just to tear you all up. And when 11 o'clock comes, I'm going to direct you to the announcement. I hope that you all will be in the house. If you can support me, I usually don't do this, but I have definitely supported people over the years, and now I'm really, in this season of my professional life, I'm really calling in my markers. And I just would hope that if you have the means to come to Washington, D.C. on May 14th, even come before. If you come before, let me know. We can make it a whole weekend or something leading up. But this is a big milestone moment for me and so many others. And I want to go back to the pandemic. During the pandemic, we were all bottled up in these houses, and we're behind the screen as I'm behind the screen now. But right now, I'm behind this screen on this Zoom by choice, and not because we couldn't go anywhere or we were socially distancing ourselves in fear of contracting, COVID-19. Could you all excuse me just for a moment? I need to do a little, let's see. I was turning down my notifications because sometimes when you're on, these notifications will start going off. But I hope that you all are enjoy your day and just hang out with me for a bit. I know it's a little time. I know that you all have a lot going on and we're back to work, but I just wanted to share this announcement and give a push because I'm so excited. I just want to go back to Across the Arts. Across the Arts, as I mentioned before, we have interviewed some great artists. And the fact of the matter is, it's time for it to go to the next level. I think one of the biggest artists that I interviewed was the great conductor and composer, Sir John Rutter. That was so amazing, when that happened. I never imagined in a million years that I would interview John Rutter. And so I did. And so, it's going to be a great thing that I'm going to announce. And hopefully this will open the doors for even more greater live interviews, live in person, more of a live event with an online kind of component. So I'm excited. And I hope that you all will be excited for me when I announce this. And then once also at the 11 o'clock hour, I will go ahead and move on with my presentation and also direct you to the presenter's announcement. But it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I am just so thankful for any opportunities that we can have coming out of COVID, coming out of being socially distanced. And, so many people have lost jobs, especially in the performing arts. And they had the opportunity to walk on a stage or to walk in a classroom or to be able to pursue business pursuits during this time. To God be the glory. It's just an amazing thing. And I'm just so glad, again, for all of you who have supported me over the years. And as you can look at this screen that I have up, that it has a few of the people. And I know I started calling people. This is just a fraction of the people that I've interviewed, whether I've interviewed them on Across the Arts, whether I've interviewed them for Classical Voice North America, whether I've featured them in the Washington Post and I was writing there, Washington Life magazine. Shout out to Washington Life magazine. So many people. Hey, Chantal. Good morning. Glad you could be here. I'm so proud of you. Chantal is one of our young artists who are out here doing great things, performing, doing all kinds of artist programs and, just doing her thing. I was so happy for her. And shout out to Christian Thomas, who just got a big break. And I know there's a lot of things. Maybe I should have written me down a script, but I guess I'm so focused on the big thing that I want to share. Hey, Zach, good morning. Good morning, Rise and Shine. This is a special edition of Across the Arts because I have a big announcement that I want to make. We got a few minutes going on. Until we get moving to the big thing of the day. I don't want to preempt, so I'm just trying to get you all excited. And then once we hit 11 o'clock, I was going to hold out until 11:06, but once we hit the 11 o'clock mark, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start presenting, moving towards, hey, Dan, good morning, Rise and Shine. Welcome to this special edition of Across the Arts. Big announcement. As I was sharing, for those who are just getting on, of course, when I first started Across the Arts, it was primarily a podcast. And then when the pandemic happened, that propelled all of us to just, explore what's out here because we had to virtually. And so hence I added the whole blog or video component to Across the Arts. And so I've been, blessed to interview, some great artists, and we're going to move forward with that. But this next iconic figure in music is so excited. I'm so excited to interview this iconic figure in one of Washington, D.C.'s most iconic spaces. And I'm going to share. I just want you all to get into it. And hopefully if you can come to Washington and visit. Oh, thank you, Zach. I miss being on here all the time because, I used to get on here during the pandemic or be on here with my morning coffee. And I was looking at some of my old morning coffees. Those were some really true, like transparent, authentic kind of conversations. because we were all at the mercy of COVID. We were all at the mercy of social distancing and couldn't be with our friends and family. Some of us have lost friends and families, family members during COVID. So to God be the glory that we can be on this other side and that I can choose to be on this virtual platform rather than saying, hey, you can't go anywhere. The only way you can communicate with somebody is during COVID. So if you all would get on, share. Please share it to your network, share it to your pages. Also, again, if you prefer to look at on YouTube, if you go to YouTube and search Across the Arts, that channel will come up, Patrick D. McCoy, and I hope that you all would subscribe as well. There have been so many musical things going on that I can't even, wrap my head around it. I guess that's even a good thing in itself. But again, Across the Arts, just to go through it again, while I'm just trying to get us through this 11 o'clock hour, I have several series: the Maestro series, the Opera Diva series, the Spotlight series, you name it. There's a series, the Maestra series, which I had the opportunity to interview my dear friend and colleague, Naima Burrs, who, I'm not going to say much about her announcements, but she has some great things that have happened to her. So I'm glad to always, when I've interviewed someone that then you can really see and witness the great things that they're doing. Of course, Denise Graves, I was at her opera on the life of Mary Caldwell Dawson. That was amazing at the Kennedy Center Shop with Denise Graves with the music by Carlos Simon. And it was just amazing. I was so sad that I missed Lawrence Brownlee's recent recital in DC, as well as Elizabeth Llewellyn. I was, oh gosh, it's just so many. I wish I could just clone myself so I could be in all these different spaces. And again, I want to add this shout out too, or this plug rather. Listen, I would love to travel. I would love to bring Across the Arts to you internationally. So I have my passport, will travel. So keep that in mind. Hey, CJ Billy. Hey, brother, how are you? It's been a while. Good to see you. So I do have this big announcement that I'm making. It's 10:53. We're almost there. We're almost at the home stretch because I want to start my my presentation. I don't want to preempt what my other people are doing, but I just want to give some shout outs. Is it anybody that I missed? No, I didn't. But yeah, and if you have some information, if you have some exciting events coming up where you are, and there's a link, please drop the link in the chat box. Drop the link in the chat box, and that way I can repost it, or it's on my radar. Again, if you want to send me things, my email address is patrickdmccoy@patrickdmccoy.com, all together. And so if you send me, especially if you have formal press releases and things that I could, create a story, I'll be more than happy to do that, but just send it. And again, to God be the glory. I'm just happy that everybody is back doing their thing because, I want to say the pandemic, but God set us all down with that COVID-19. And I hope that people realize that, music and the arts, those things, they're at the center of our being. And without them, we sure did experience what it was like not to have those things so readily available. But again, I am about to release. Hey, Anthony Grove. Anthony has been on the Opera Diva series. Hi, Anthony. Congratulations to you. It's been a while. Good morning. It has been a while. Like I said, we're all moving in direction, and it was a great thing. Most of you all know that so many things have happened to me. As you all know, I have had the distinct honor to return home to my alma mater, Virginia State University, where I have served as interim director of choral activities. And we just presented our 99th annual spring concert. Can you believe it? That was amazing. We sang this concert at Christ and Grace Episcopal Church in Petersburg. Shout out to Christ and Grace. That was a full circle moment for me because when I was in college at Virginia State as an undergraduate student, I was a choral scholar in that choir at Christ and Grace for most of my college career. And I sang there under the direction of the late Ernest Circuit, Buddy Circuit. Shout out to Buddy Circuit. God rest in peace. He was an amazing musician. He was no nonsense. He meant business. And that is where I got to experience, you know, the singing of a lot of music in the high Anglican church tradition. So that was a great space. And I was amazed to be able to do that concert with my dear friend and colleague, Mr. Timothy L. Hall, who is the organist choir master at Christ the Grace. But I knew Timothy indirectly through his parents. So shout out to Tim and just the whole opportunity. Shout out to all the VSU alumni who came out to support the concert. It was absolutely amazing. It was a full house and it was just extraordinary. So I'm checking my time because I'm about to make my announcement. We got 4 minutes and then I'm gonna move ahead with my presentation. But you all, I'm so excited. I'm so thankful for any opportunity. Anytime I get to enter a space or enter a room, I'm always thankful for that opportunity to share my joy and love of music. But as I was saying, I have been really exploring all the different things, everything that I tell you all to do, to operate in the full capacity of one's gifts. And that's what I have definitely been doing, because most people, they know that I'm a writer or they know I do these interviews and things like that. But when I tell them, or when they see, they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you conduct. I didn't know you sing. I didn't know you played the organ. I didn't know that you played piano. And I guess I have been, in a way, dimming my light in that regard. But to God be the glory. I've had the opportunity in this new season to really embrace everything that God has for me. And it's just been a great joy. So this is just an extension of that, being able to share music and share my joy of music, and in particular the presence of persons of color in this realm of classical music art. That's very important. It's very important, and I hope that we don't lose that. As I had alluded to before, and this would be the perfect segue as we get ready to hit this 11 o'clock hour, so I can share my news. When George Floyd was murdered, and we were all brought to that sidewalk outside that convenience store with the officer with his knee on his neck, and he's screaming out for his mother, and that was just a devastating sight. But it brought everybody. I don't care where you were on social media. It brought everybody to the cross of that moment. But as horrific as that event was, it also let us know, or it really unearthed the social unrest and the inequity and equality, for that matter, in the arts as it pertains to artists of color and people of color, whether it's in leadership, whether it's in performers, whether it's on the opera stage. And since then, it has opened up many more opportunities than it ever has, before. So I'm saying all that. That is the premise of this project and this announcement that I'm going to make to you all on Across the Arts. And you're going to hear it here. But as I mentioned, I agreed that I would not preempt the announcement. We have 1 minute. So if my partners are listening, I want you all to know that I'm about to make this announcement. And I'm so excited. I've had the opportunity to be in many spaces and be in these spaces in different capacities. But this time, I'm going to be in the space hosted and presented. And I think that we're at the 11 o'clock hour. So again, this has been Patrick D. McCoy, Across the Arts. And I'm so glad that you all have joined me this morning for this very special announcement. I am beyond honored to announce to you that my next live interview in person, being hosted at Washington National Cathedral, is with the incomparable Adolphus Hailstork. I am so honored that I will be interviewing Adolphus Hailstork live in the splendor of Washington National Cathedral. being presented in a pre-concert talk where I will get to interview this great man of music under the auspices of the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Signature Chorale in their upcoming joint venture. I am so excited about this. I hope that you all will be in the house in Washington, D.C. on May the 14th at 4 p.m. at Washington National Cathedral. This is an amazing concert. It is a joint venture. It will be with the Cathedral Choral Society, with the Heritage Signature Chorale, with full orchestra conducted by Maestro Stanley J. Thurston, who has been on this broadcast. So about this event at a glance, it's called Our Work Unfinished, a Black Composers Retrospective. As I mentioned to you all, we are now just seeing these jewels, these gems of Black composers. We've known about them all the time, but this is the season and this is the time where we are really amplifying the greatness of our people, through their compositional works, through the artistry and their place in classical music and the performing arts. To God be the glory. I am honored. I have been to Washington National Cathedral on many occasions, many. If you all have followed my journey, you may remember that I used to be a guest teacher at Beauvoir, which is the elementary school at Washington National Cathedral. When I first moved to Washington, I was a guest teacher. I used to accompany the elementary school choirs there. So I never imagined full circle that my career would take me into that grand space as it is about to do now, and as it has done in recent years. As you all know, the Cathedral Choral Society was conducted by my dear friend, and a dear friend to so many in the arts, the late J. Riley Lewis. And so to have the opportunity to come into this space and to witness his artistry, how it still lives on, his legacy, how it still lives on through Stephen Fox as their new music director, I'm excited. And the whole idea that the Cathedral Choral Society is using their platform to partner with another esteemed organization that I admire, the Heritage Signature Chorale, under the direction of Maestro Stanley J. Thurston. You all probably don't even know, I used to sing in the Heritage Signature Chorale when I first moved to Washington. I used to sing right in the tenor section. And of course, as my career went in different directions, I didn't have the opportunity, but my hand has still been on what they're doing and the greatness. So I'm excited about this concert. It's full circle in so many ways. And again, this concert is Our Work Unfinished, a Black Composers Retrospective. Again, it's with the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Signature Chorale. They're joining forces for an exciting program reflecting the full breadth of the African-American choral experience in the majesty of Washington National Cathedral. This is important because a lot of times, let's cut to the chase. A lot of times people think when they think about the Black choral experience, they think you're automatically talking about gospel. You're automatically talking about spirituals. But let's not forget that you have these great choral works composed in the Western European style that are also offered by Black composers. And we're going to get to witness that in this program at Washington National Cathedral. The cornerstone of the program is Done Made My Vow by Maestro Adolphus Hailstork, and it's going to segue into the works of other great composers. It's going to be a great time. And I am going to do a pre-concert talk prior to the concert at the Cathedral. I'm being hosted by the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Chorale as a part of their joint effort. And I couldn't announce it at the time because the ink wasn't dry on the contract. But I've signed the contract, I got the contract, and I'm so excited. And I just hope that this opens the door to even more higher platforms, presentations for across the arts. So again, May 14th, I hope that you all will be there. I hope you will be there or be square. It's going to be one of the musical events of this season. There have been so many, but I hope that you all can make this one in particular because this also represents a milestone in my journalistic career, my arts journalism career being presented in this fashion. As you all know, the Washington Chorus, it has been a big, I have to say, a major part of my trajectory, because when I first started writing, when everybody else was closing their doors and things like that, the Washington Chorus, I did then music director Julian Wachter and executive director Diane Peterson, they saw value in my work. And I would never forget, they invited me to cover the Mozart Requiem. And then when I covered it, they shared it all over social media, and then the rest is history. And then that led to so many other things, including writing for the Afro-American newspaper, CBS Washington, the Washington Post, and of course, the jewel in my cap, the feather in my cap, Washington Life magazine, where I was the performing arts columnist for many years. And so with all that being said, I have been able to enter spaces that I never imagined that I would enter. And I'm saying all that to you, not just about me, but I'm saying all that to you as well. Dream big, dream bold. Don't let somebody tell you no. Let their no be your yes. Let it be the yes for you to go in your destiny, for you to operate again in the full capacity of your gifts. So again, I hope you all will join us at the Cathedral on May 14th. Join us prior. I'm going to send you all the information about how you can be a part of the concert, pre-concert talk with me interviewing the great Adolphus Hailstork as we talk about his life, we talk about his compositional style, just talk about the genesis of his whole interest in music. It's going to be an exciting time. And then after that, you're going to be all geared up and amped up to witness this concert in the grandeur of Washington National Cathedral. If you've never been to Washington National Cathedral, this will be a great opportunity to do so. And so I want to go back. I'm ahead of myself here, but see you there. Again, it's May 14th, Sunday, May 14th. 2023 at 4:00 p.m. Washington National Cathedral. There's a link there. I'm not sure if you can see the link, but the link is https //tix.cathedral.org. And if somebody would maybe put that link in my chat. Thank you, Caroline. Good morning. Hey, Dana, thank you. If someone could maybe put that cathedral link in my chat box, I would greatly appreciate it. Maestro Stanley Thurston, you're right on time. I just mentioned you. I just mentioned the fact how this is certainly a full circle moment for me. I've had the opportunity to sing under your baton, interview you on the Maestro series all across the earth, and now get to partner in this great venture as you join forces with the Cathedral Choral Society in this much needed concert that is going to certainly amplify the compositional breadth of Black composers. And I'm so honored to have this opportunity to be able to chat. Hey, Kathleen, good morning, good morning, good morning. And again, I see my friends from the Cathedral Choral Society on. I see my friends from the Heritage Center Chorale. Thank you so much, Maestro. I see some friends who have joined. Shout out to Caroline. Thank you for being here, Philip. Hello, hello. Thank you all. Please continue to share. I'm just excited about this opportunity. It's going to be a great thing. And again, I want to say this kind of programming is vital. It is essential because a lot of times, again, when you mention or talk about the breadth of Black classical composers, not Black classical composers, but just talking about Black music in general, the choral idiom, people think, oh, spirituals, oh, gospel. It's so much more. And this program is going to amplify while really zoning in on the artistry, the legacy, and just the magnificence of the music that is Adolphus Hailstork. As I mentioned, Maestro Hailstork just had a birthday, and I regret deeply. I was invited to a surprise party for him, and I had an emergency, but I couldn't go. But I'm so glad that I will be able to see him in person, talk to him again. Also, with the Washington Chorus, as you all know, during the pandemic, the Washington Chorus named me their guest host of TWC TV. And I had the opportunity to interview Adolphus Hailstork during that time. That was behind, the camera. But this time we're going to be behind the camera, and we're going to be live front and center at Washington National Cathedral. And it's going to be an opportunity where you're going to get to witness this living legend talk about his career, the impetus behind his compositional style, all of those things. It's going to be amazing. Good morning, Julius. Good morning. Good morning, Geraldine Riggs. Good morning. I'm looking so forward to this venture. And so again, and then let's talk about the guest artist on this program. It's going to be amazing this spectacular offering, again, I mentioned, as I mentioned to you all, is going to be conducted by Stanley J. Thurston. He's going to lead a big combined aggregation of voices, soloists, orchestra, and organ. And you see some pictures there on the screen. I don't have the captions, but I could talk about all these people. First, of course, without saying, Maestro Stanley J. Thurston, the founder and artistic director of the Heritage Signature Chorale. Of course, as I mentioned, they're going to join forces with the Cathedral Choral Society, which was conducted by my dear friend, dearly departed friend. We miss him greatly, Maestro J. Riley Lewis, now under the great leadership of Maestro Stephen Fox. Those two choirs are going to join their voices together, and they're going to be joined by full orchestra and soloists. If you see these pictures, when I was putting these pictures up, they just all jumped out at me. Tenor, Issachar Savage. If you don't know the voice of Issachar Savage, you better get into it, because that brother has an amazing voice. To God be the glory. He has sung on the great stages of this world, a product of Morgan State University and further study, of course, and you can feel free to Google his bio, but Issachar, he is someone that is near and dear, particularly to the Washington, D.C. audience. I have interviewed him right here on Across the Arts on the Spotlight series. Of course, I mentioned Maestro Stanley J. Thurston, who I've introduced before to you through the Maestro series. Another brother who is going to serve as narrator is D.C. Washington. If you're here in the Washingtonian area, or you're a native Washingtonian, or you go to the Nationals games, you will see him singing the Star Spangled Banner more times than not at any of those games. And so, it's just amazing. But also, organ. You all know I have an affinity for the organ, and what better way to hear the organ into the grandeur of Washington National Cathedral by the organist Paul J. Bissant. Paul J. Bissant is an amazing organist, currently a doctoral student at Peabody Conservatory in Oregon. During the pandemic, he brought us great joy because he was able to stream his graduate recitals to us, and we were able to tune in. He's also a music director at Sligo Seventh-day Adventist Church, and you may have seen that he's been doing some great things. He just recently was music director at a production at Arena Stage, and I want to say the Ford Theater. So I should have written all this stuff down, but I will just talk as I can. But just look it up. But let me just say this: Paul Bissant also has accompanied the Washington Chorus on many occasions. I've heard him at the Kennedy Center. And when I did my virtual Christmas concert during the pandemic, the headliner was Denise Graves, but I also had different artists who participated. And Paul so graciously gave up his time, and he was on my virtual concert, my virtual benefit concert for the Haiti Micah Project, of which I am proud to be a board member. And then finally, Krishna Davis Fowler. Krishna, I was introduced through CAPA, the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, because she was one of the first people, if I'm not mistaken, to perform under the auspices of CAPA. So shout out to CAPA with Terry Allen. And that brings me to another point. If you all don't know, that great organization, their whole mission is to bring color to the classics. And so they are actually also partnering in this venture that you're going to witness on May 14th. So again, join us at Washington National Cathedral on May 14th as the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Signature Chorale join forces for this very special program that is going to amplify the music of Adolphus Hailstork in addition to other great Black composers. There are so many on the list. There are a few that jumped out. And as you all know, I'm back home in Petersburg, Virginia, so I must shout out Damian Jeter. And most people don't know this unless you probably listen to me, but Damian Jeter is a product of Petersburg. He was raised right here in the Chesterfield County area, which is in the backyard of Virginia State University. And his piece, as you all know, they recently premiered the Washington Chorus. Was it the Washington Chorus? I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking, but let me stop right there. because I don't have my notes. But at any rate, he recently received the East Coast premiere of an African American requiem at the Kennedy Center. I was so sad that I couldn't make it because I was under the weather. But Damien is the main thing I want to get from this is that Damien is a product of this area in Petersburg, Virginia, the Chesterfield area. And the chorus is going to sing his Agnus Dei from his African American Requiem. And there's so many composers on that list that jumped out. Nathan Carter. Who can have a conversation about African American choral music, especially concert music, without having a conversation about Nathan Carter, the late Nathan Carter? I had the opportunity to conduct for Dr. Carter on a masterclass at Hampton University. And I never forget, he signed my score of his ebullient Psalm 150. And yes, thank you, Stanley. It was the Choral Arts. It was the Choral Arts East Coast premiere of an African American Requiem. Thank you, because I knew I was talking all over the place. And Maestro Scott, don't kill me. That was just a 40. I'm so sorry. But you all knew what I would get to. Thank you so much. Hey, Kenneth Overton, shout out to Kenneth Overton, who has participated in performances of that work several times. And again, this is going to be an amazing afternoon with the Cathedral Choral Society, with the Heritage Central Chorale, guest soloists, full orchestra, and just to be in that space under the baton of Maestro Stanley J. Thurston. So I wanted you all to hear somewhat first. Now, this is the next thing. I want you to go to the Cathedral Choral Society Facebook page. And I'm sure they have a post announcing me as the pre-concert talk guest, interviewing Adolphus Hailstone. I hope you will go to their pages and just, not literally, we have too much stuff going on, just really go on their post and express your appreciation for the fact that I will be there, and also do the same on the Heritage Signature Chorale Facebook pages. If you would go up there and give me some love, some shout out, and share this news. I hope that you would go to the website for the Cathedral Choral Society or Heritage. I think probably your first contact will probably be Cathedral Choral Society. Go and get your tickets. Again, May 14th at the Washington National Cathedral. It's going to be amazing. And just to go back, just to let you know, again, just the events at a glance, it is called Our Work Unfinished, a Black Composers Retrospective with the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Chorale. Y'all be joining forces for an exciting program reflecting the full breadth of the African American choral experience in the majesty of Washington National Cathedral. And I'm so excited. 4 o'clock on May 13th. Join me there prior at 3 o'clock, I think it is. Join me for the pre-concert talk. Pack it out for me, y'all. This is a big milestone for me as well. And this is probably my second live interview. And what better way to have a live interview in person with such an iconic figure as Adolphus Hailstone, and to be in such an iconic space. And thank you. If you all look in the chat, Donald Anderson, Donald Anderson is a great organist in Petersburg. Dana Anderson, who is the director of strategic initiatives for Heritage, and just a great colleague. She's dropped the information in the chat. And if you all use the discount code, what did I get this? If you all use the discount code Patrick, look at that. God be the glory. You all check that out. If you all use the discount code Patrick when you're making your ticket purchases, you can get a discount. Wow. Thank you, my friends. I'm flattered. So the link, I'm going to see, can I pin this link? Let's see, this comment. Yes. I have pinned Dana's comment. So if you all purchase your ticket and you use Patrick, you can get a 15% discount, and it's worth it. So again, I hope you will join me at Washington National Cathedral on May 14th as the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Central Chorale present this special concert called Our Work Unfinished, a Black Composers Retrospective. Again, with full orchestra and soloists in the majesty of Washington National Cathedral, conducted by Stanley J. Thurston. So I am excited about this. See you there. The link is in the chat. So I hope that you all will go to the Cathedral Choral Society Facebook page. If you're on social media or Twitter, shout me out. I'm looking forward to see you. This is a big moment, and I'm so excited again. The Cathedral Choral Society and Heritage will be joined by Issachar Savage, DC Washington, Paul Bassett, and Kishna Davis Fowler. So I hope that you all will join. And I am so excited. And I think that is the end of my presentation. But again, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all. I'm just so excited that you all have come. Again, I am Patrick DeMcCoy. This has been a special announcement on Across the Arts. I am so thankful for your support. And again, join us. Join us. Again, if you purchase your tickets, if you use the name Patrick, you'll get 15% off. So go and do that today. Again, I'm excited to share that I will be interviewing the esteemed composer Adolphus Hailstork live at Washington National Cathedral on May 15th, a pre-concert talk that will precede the 4 o'clock concert by the Cathedral Choral Society Heritage Chorale in this great concert of music by Black composers. And so then, again, you see this is the event at a glance. Our work unfinished. It's a Black composer retrospective. You will not be disappointed. Also, if you can't attend in person, you can stream the concert. It's a pay-per-view kind of situation, if I use the right term. So you can find that information on the Cathedral Choral Society website as well. And again, the information is in the chat. So, and I'll follow up with this. But again, go show Cathedral Choral Society some love about their concert. They're doing a great thing. Go show the Heritage Central Chorale some love. And of course, you already do this for me, but please show me some love about this. This is a milestone. To God be the glory. Again, this is a special edition of Across the Arts. I am your host, Patrick D. McCoy. Be looking out for some more special feature stories and interviews. The Opportunity Series is coming back. Just bear with me. I have a great artist who has agreed that our schedules have been up and down. But make sure you keep your eyes peeled for the Opera Diva series, the Maestro series, the Maestro series. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But again, join us at Washington National Cathedral. Make plans today to be at Washington National Cathedral on Sunday, May 14th at 4 o'clock. But come to the pre-concert talk, which precedes it, featuring yours truly. This is a dream come true. Again, full circle. As you all know, to be in that space as a reviewer is one thing. To be in that space to witness the artistry of so many choirs and conductors, including my dear friend J. Riley Lewis. I hope that he's smiling down on this venture. This is a great thing to be a part of, and I'm so glad that these organizations saw enough of my gifts, my talents, and the things that I have to offer to really illumine and amplify these kind of conversations. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. I couldn't announce it. I was so happy when I got the invitation. The ink wasn't dry, but now that the ink is dry, join me at Washington National Cathedral as I interview the esteemed Adolphus Hailstork live in that glorious space. I'm looking forward to it. And then to hear the combined voices of the Cathedral Choral Society and the Heritage Chorale guest soloist, organ, full orchestra under the inimitable direction of Maestro Stanley J. Thurston. I will see you all there. Make sure you get the information, and I will see you all in the house. Again, thank you all for coming on and sharing this high moment with me, and I will see you all on May 14th. Again, I am Patrick D. McCoy, and this has been Across the Arts. Have a great day, and I hope to see you on the 14th.